He's going up against Charles the Bronx, somebody who's beat him before, somebody who's been there, somebody who's tricky, the most submissions in UFC history. I mean, Charles the Bronx is out of this damn world. He could strike, he could wrestle.
Bem-vindos ao canal Clips MMA. No canal Pound for Pound no YouTube, Kamaru Usam e Henry Cejudo fizeram uma análise da luta entre o Charles do Bronx e o Michael Chandler no UFC 309 nesse sábado em Nova York. Confiram o que eles falaram, deixem a opinião de vocês aí nos comentários, já se inscrevam no canal e bora!
Let's get down to the co-main event, cuz we got your boy Iron Michael Chandler, but which, by the way, he hasn't been on pound for pound. If that is your boy, man, you might want to rethink that, man. But
yeah,
anyways,
I gotta have a talk with my man.
He's going up against Charles the Bronx, somebody who's beat him before, somebody who's been there, somebody who's tricky, the most submissions in UFC history. I mean, Charles the Bronx is out of this damn world. He could strike, he could wrestle. My biggest question for Charles the Bronx is against a guy like Michael Chandler. The game plan for Michael Chandler is, could you make it super freaking boring? Can you do what Arman Tsarukyan did? Can you do what Islam Makhachev did of take him down and just frame and then just steal the fight? The reason why I say that is because you cannot scramble too much with the Bronx because he's too tricky, Kamaru.
No, I 100% agree with you. I do think Michael Chandler is the type of guy that can do that. Mike has the ability to slow down a fight and just be solid in his technique and not get overzealous and not become the entertainer. And I spent quite a bit of time with Michael Chandler, and the one thing that I will say is it seems that Mike has definitely grown in that area of being able to stay composed in the heat of battle, because Mike Chandler was seconds away from winning that first fight and becoming the lightweight champion of the world. So Michael Chandler definitely possesses the power to do that. He possesses the explosiveness to do that. The way that Michael Chandler can cover range and hop in and hop out is second to none. And I think he's taking this very, very serious. And yes, I know the time away kind of sucked because he sat for almost 2 years. But sometimes that's good for your body to recover, especially when you're a guy like this. And then especially when you're fighting an opponent that you fought before. So I like the fight. I'm going to go ahead and make my pick. I'm going to go with Michael Chandler. I think this is his fight to win and his fight to lose.
Well, I think the winner of this fight should more likely get the title. So could Michael Chandler wins, he's fighting for the title. Chandler wins. This is a number one contender spot. And I almost feel like Justin Gaethje should have just won. He should have never fought Holloway. Fuck. But that being said, there's so much for a guy like Charles the Bronx. I mean, Charles the Bronx, even if he loses, there's a potential fight with him and Max Holloway for the BMF. He's talked about that. A lot of interest in that. I mean, a lot of these guys, they like the BMF stuff, so that could potentially be the new train that people are going to try to hop on. Even though, as you said, Kamaru, it's a hypothetical. Pound for pound, it's also hypothetical. The BMF too, because if you're the best in the world, you are a BMF. So it depends what is it that the UFC actually wants to do. But I'm placing my pick now. I'm going to have to go with Charles the Bronx because Iron Michael Chandler does not wrestle, and he's too much of an entertainer. And I just feel like Charles Oliveira is just he's just a lot.